All right. Let's try to start again. Turns out I just left the game paused like an absolute psychopath. Don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Let me check to make sure audio's getting to the stream. Turns out I just left the game paused like an absolute. Yeah, it appears psychopath. To. Oops. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh man. Oh god. Oh man. Oh god. All right. Well, let's continue. I went to sleep. I'm back. I was thinking about Moses, and I was thinking, like, I called him, like, the stupidest guy since Warren. And that's true, for sure. But here's the problem, I think. Max doesn't really care why she got her powers or how they work. In the first game, this is a very short time frame. And, she's just trying to work on not dying, solving a murder, and things like that. And here she is using powers for the first time in years and years. Again, like a murder solving situation, very compressed time frame. So she doesn't really care. She just kind of understands how things work for her mechanically. Then she tells people, and the people she tells, who are dudes, like, all they want to do is try and figure out the exact mechanism that the powers work, and they're fucking dumb. They don't know how stupid they are, which leads them to try and solve this problem. And I have a fundamental belief that people do know how stupid they are. You know what I mean? In something like this, where we've got someone defying the laws of physics in a profound way, you can't just, like, figure out how that works, and I don't think anyone would try. But Warren and Moses seem to. I don't know. Okay. Now Gwen is talking about Maya. If this was not all released at once, and this was just like put out episodically, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, I'm about to crack open a Diet Baja Blast. Ooh, exciting. It reminds me of, like, when you have one of the Reddit no sleep stories. It's like, my girlfriend's fantasies have been taken to a new level, part 67. And then just every week they seem to, like, yes and add on to the stuff. So they introduced a character like 10 minutes ago who no one speaks about, very secretive. And then now, next week, now everyone's talking about her. And that's a very, like, amateur-y thing, in my opinion. But this was all done at once, so I don't know why they decided to do that. What the Loretta? Where's Loretta getting this from? Ew. Okay.
Oh, shit. Do I have to go to Abraxas meetings now? This is why I never did extracurriculars.
Isn't she faculty? Shouldn't she be exempt from that? I do think that the wood in this room looks excellent. That's some really good wood reflections and textures and stuff. You can tell this game had a significantly higher budget, to, an extent, to the detriment of the art style.
It's that security guy who's been lurking all over campus.
Shockers.
Is he looking at classes?
Security guy walks around. Is it weird that he's looking at classes? Why would that be weird? Those don't really look like classes. They look more like office hours for professors.
I wanted to talk to you about Abraxas and who should be leading it.
Waiting until I'm down to try to kick me out, huh? I thought you were smarter than...
Oh shit, I shouldn't have walked that close.
Don't mind us, Max. We were just finishing up.
Vin, Abraxas needs new blood.
You mean you need another line on your resume?
Hold up, can we talk? I just wanted to ask you about Maya.
Please. I can't handle the both of you. Trying to exploit my weak spots.
Did
I think that was
just
poorly
witness a
acted.
Failed crown snatching?
You gotta seize the opportunities when you can. And hey, it almost worked. Speaking of which, what's the deal with Maya? Isn't she the undergrad who died a while ago?
That's her? Why, do you know anything?
Just that Vin looks like he bit into a lemon anytime someone says her name.
So Maya makes Vin uncomfortable, huh? Let's find out why.
Because they
There's
were
gonna be a
friends
debate
and
at the
she
beginning of next
died?
semester. A special little pissing match for Vin and me. Vin usually runs for Abraxas president unopposed. But if I had the right piece of dirt, I bet I could make him step down.
If I give her something juicy and then go to the other timeline, maybe I can listen in on Diamond confronting Vin?
Yeah, I mean, or in this timeline. Okay. I don't want to contribute to this. This is, I think, immoral. Vin should be removed for other reasons, not for, I don't like this dirty politics thing.
Vin
So I'm just going
made
to
a
say something
statement
true.
where he said Maya had mental health problems. Which may have been true, but I think there's more. What I'm saying is, someone like
Correct
Maya
face.
had
Max is not giving you a good
really bad-
scoop here.
I don't get it. Were Maya and Vin friends or something?
I'm not sure, but they definitely knew each other.
And Vin gave a statement about her death. What a pompous little piece of
Well,
shit.
he was clearly asked to because they were best friends. What are you talking about?
Just try not to go too hard on him, okay? He's not in the greatest place.
Relax. I'm not Loretta.
You're gonna use... Okay. She's going to use this to take away his spot as the president of the society. She is in many ways worse than Loretta.
Can you do me a favor?
Loretta just
Wait
spreads
until I get out
rumors.
of here to
This
bring it
person
up
is
with him.
trying to
You got it.
damage him.
I won't jeopardize your getaway.
Wow.
If I'm going to listen in on this conversation, I need to cross to the other side.
Yeah, but first I have to walk around and press Y on everything. Come on.
I didn't realize I needed cryptid erotica until just now.
Okay. I appreciate this artwork, but Mothman's eyes were in his chest. Also, Mothman was in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I don't know if we can call that the American Midwest. Now, while I think no one would doubt, or very few people would argue against Ohio being Midwestern, at least certain parts of it. And Point Pleasant is on the border with Ohio. Point Pleasant is, you know what? Here, let me pull it up on a map so we can see what we're looking at. Point Pleasant, WV. The first picture there is a inaccurate statue of Mothman, which has a very shapely butt, by the way. I've been there. I've specifically made the trip to see Mothman's butt. Let's just look at that. This was not what I was originally intending to show you. No one's taken a picture of his butt. Am I misremembering? Does he not have a shapely butt? Look. You might just have to trust me. I don't know why only some of these are loading. Okay. So, as you can see here, Point Pleasant is in West Virginia, right on the border there with Ohio. And frankly, I don't think we can really claim that's the Midwest. Cincinnati, maybe. But this not so much. Not so much. Interestingly, Marietta, right over here, was one of the first settlements on this side of the Ohio River. And then over here in Chillicothe, they've got a bunch of earthworks and neat stuff. There's neat stuff around here. But anyway, I wouldn't call that the Midwest. I think people would say even this part of Ohio is almost Appalachia. In fact, that best-selling book, that Hillbilly Elegy book, was, I think, set in here. So, anyway, not Midwest.
How can they have no record of him? They sent him. Would Alderman's mother know what happened to her son?
Sad. Okay. Let's get a new message, or did I already cover that? Okay. All right, let's press Y on everything.
Where were you? I've been waiting.
Keep up my shenanigans and they'll have to add Max Caulfield to the list.
Maybe. Spooky stories and cryptid creatures of Lake Champlain. Now that is interesting. Specifically Lake Champlain. Of course, Lake Champlain is famous for the sea monster Champ. Though this photo here appears to be a recreation of the surgeon's photo from Loch Ness. Now, if it was called the surgeon's photo because I believe he was a gynecologist, and they didn't want to say gynecologist photo, that could be wrong. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, surgeon photo, famously fake. And as you can see, especially when you have the uncropped version, that it's like, this is like 3 inches long. You know what I mean? The size of the little waves there. It's a tiny, tiny thing. Um, don't know about the UFO photo. I don't recognize that. Um, yeah. But the Bigfoot photo, I think, is a freeze frame from Patterson Gimlin, which is out in California. So I don't know if any of these are actually around Lake Champlain.
What is going on with you? Don't you care about the $500?
I do. It's just.
Is this still about that dead girl?
Oh my god. Have a little decorum. Feel bad. I liked Sophie. She was my TA last year.
I'm sure she was rad, but all these canceled events. College students kill themselves
Yeah, she
all
looks
the time.
super goth.
Oh my god, Alice. I think you're being really insensitive.
I'm being pragmatic. If we weren't allowed to play Assassins when someone died, there'd never be another game of Assassins ever again. The only reason we're all
she's
talking
got a
about
point.
this is because it was the president's daughter. It's elitist. I don't like it.
I do
guess.
think she has a point.
My friend got killed by a drunk driver freshman year, and nobody postponed exams for her.
I just wish they'd push the game until after break. That's all.
If we quit now, all this work will be for nothing. Hours hiding out in the turtle and hunkering down in a dorm room playing video games. Wasted.
It was wasted, was it? It was fun, right?
Huh? Yeah, totally. But be serious. What do the two of us have in common besides the game?
I hope they get together.
Well, I feel like we get along pretty good.
Sure we do. Dude, I'm just saying.
You're right. We started this thing, so we should finish it.
That's my boy.
It sure stretches a lot. Hot dog man.
That's my cue to get out of here.
I don't know if it is. We gotta look at everything. Come on. You know how the game works.
I wonder if that's where Diamond keeps all her dirt on Vin. Whoa, Diamond was working on a documentary about Moses. I wonder why she never went through with it.
And interestingly, storyboarded. I don't know if the documentaries have storyboards. I guess they might. Look. You can absolutely see stars in the city. You can absolutely do it. Philadelphia is a big city and very light polluted. My sister lives in downtown-ish Chicago. And I have looked at stars from her building. And, you know, she lives on Lakeshore, she lives on Lakeshore, and certainly over the lake, it's a lot easier to see them. But when you look towards the brightest part of the city, you can still see them. And it's not difficult. People are like, oh, you can't see the stars. You can. You can see the brightest constellations and stuff like that. Furthermore, if you get binoculars, you can see quite a bit. You can see open clusters, even in bright city skies. Murph.
that was not dirt on Vin. I'm sorry, Diamond. I didn't think this is what I'd find.
Orion is not three bright stars. God, she really... Look, Murphy knows... Murphy. Moses knows absolutely nothing about astronomy, clearly. So he might have taught her incorrectly. But if he didn't, she's really nuking her story about listening to him when she's saying that Orion is three bright stars.
A hit. A very palpable hit.
Calm down. Finn's never gonna let Diamond close enough for a real shot at the throne.
But it's not his throne, is it? He doesn't even go here.
He graduated, sure. But being President Fayyad's assistant guarantees him oversight over everything Abraxas does.
Hey, did you call that therapist?
Actually, yeah. We did a session over the phone. I wasn't sure I could get through an hour without cringing. But he was actually kind of funny and smart. And I liked talking to him.
That's growth.
Shut up and keep an eye on Diamond.
You know, I appreciate, only to an extent, the fact that they kept the Lancet windows in that section, even when they added
I've
2
got to hear what
floors.
Vin says to Diamond when he thinks I'm not listening.
That's good. Okay, let me look at Hot Dog Man.
Oh no! Somebody abandoned their boy. Hey, Gretch. Did you see Vin and Diamond? Talk about a rocky relationship.
Okay. I have to look at every fucking everything else in the building. Okay, now where did I come in? I came in
If I
here.
eavesdrop on
Okay.
Diamond and Vin, Vin might leak what he knows about Maya.
How nice of you to find.
How the hell do I get him to talk?
I could press speak.
Hey, Vin.
Now that is the face of someone who just overheard the little discussion Diamond and I were having.
Yeah, afraid
Yeah,
so.
you saw me there.
I take it things are dicey inside of Brexis?
Yeah, well, things are dicey outside of it too. The uniformity is comforting.
And yet, no little airplane bottles in sight.
Kahuna caught on to the airplane bottle gambit, so now I have to drown my sorrows at the Turtle after work. Join me?
I think Max likes Vin. I don't know what I should say here. Okay.
My schedule's a little, crazy today, but I do have sorrows I'd like to drown. Violently.
But she also hates Vin, because she calls him like the crazy skull-throwing guy as well. But whenever she talks to him, she likes... It's clear she super likes him.
Changing Yasmin's schedule must have been agonizing. For both her and Vin.
I wouldn't say those were comparable.
I don't
really.
like the looks of this guy. Too grim reapy.
Yeah? I think he looks... You know what he reminds me of? And I could be wrong here. He reminds me of the... God, an album cover. What album cover is it? Zeppelin? Is it Aqualung? Hold on. Aqualung. I shouldn't have searched Aqualung. Jethro Tull. Okay, it's definitely not Aqualung. That guy just looks like a hobo. Then what is it? Is it Led Zeppelin? Led Zeppelin. I'm gonna guess 4. Nope, that's some guy carrying sticks. Let's try 2. Nope. Is it original Led Zeppelin? No, that's no. 3? Nope. I have no idea who this guy reminds me of. I just came up with album covers that were like dudes walking around. But I don't know what album cover has a guy with a lantern and a stick. Oh well.
Somebody patched you up. Well, I'm glad one of us is feeling better.
Okay.
Say
let's
cheese, little guy.
take. Oh, that's it. Whoa. Oops. All right, now. This is good. First of all, she should rethink what she's doing here. She shouldn't post this like as they want us to post it. Okay, I'm going to take this photo. All right. Forgot about that. Oh, wow, it really does work like a double exposure. I'm not going to be able to do it. It won't look right. So I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to post it. Okay, good. I wonder, man, I hope I get comments on that.
That's my cue to get out of here. I don't blame Vin for wanting to ditch Caledon and get a fresh start.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be doing this on the work computer. BA in nothing. Jeez, social media, lifestyle, travel, hosting events. God. Obviously, I would never hire this guy. But I don't know what, people looking for actors would do.
Looking for gigs out on the West Coast, huh? Break a leg, Vin.
See, now, at the same time, she calls him like a crazy, murderous, skull-throwing guy. And then she'll do this. And then say, hey, good job. I hope you do well. That kind of stuff.
The hedgehog, distant relative of the shrew, enjoys its rest after a full day's work for the kahuna.
Just don't break it.
I could just get you a new one. It cost me like $2.
I don't want a new one. I want the one you gave me.
Yeah, but she could just get you a new one.
Sophie
It would cost
bought
her
him that
$2.
hedgehog? That's sweet.
I don't know, man. These characters are obnoxious.
I've got to hear what Vin says
Holy
to
smokes,
Diamond
there's a
when
lot
he
of
thinks
stuff
I'm
going
not
on in there.
listening.
Well, obviously, I gotta still look around at everything.
If I eavesdrop on Diamond and Vin might leak what he knows about Maya.
I mean, of course, assuming that they're doing that.
That's my cue. I don't know this Vin as well, but let's see what I can do. Hey, Vin.
Yasmin's out right now. Sorry to disappoint. Unless you're here for me. In which case, I'll do my best to be of service.
Do you talk like this to everyone who comes near Yasmin's office?
She loves him.
I've
She
never met a
loves
pissed
him.
off board member I can't defang with a little eyebrow action.
Well, we know how long he's worked here. So let's ask this.
Speaking of Yasmin, how did you end up in her good graces?
It's been so long I can't remember. She probably saw me in The Importance of Being Earnest my freshman year. Not to brag, but I was kind of a campus sensation as Algernon.
I like his flowers.
So it had nothing to do with Maya Okada?
Wow. You know Maya's name. Am I supposed to collapse under the weight of that revelation?
You're supposed to talk to me like a human being about what happened with her.
What do you need me for, Super Sleuth?
She didn't ask anything.
You're obviously capable of digging up ancient gossip on your own. Now, if you'll excuse me, Gwen's hearing completely scrambled Kahuna's schedule.
No casual chats about Maya. Noted.
Well, we knew that, really.
Looks like somebody had their last stand. I've got to hear what Vin says to Diamond when he thinks I'm not listening. Caledon's Gorilla Girl strikes again. Keep fighting the good fight, kid.
Okay.
Isabel, you were absolutely right.
Was I right about?
As it happens, a number of folks, faculty and staff alike, would love a 4-day work week.
And how many would you say a number is?
A dozen? And I only started talking to people after our chat yesterday. Not just the work week either. Lots of issues came up.
Such as?
Salaries, tenure track, the fact that at least 3 different department heads, including ours, have always been men.
We've been thinking too small.
We've been thinking way too small.
So a new proposal wouldn't be for a 4-day work week period. It'd be for a 4-day work week and...
Yes and no. We're not submitting a new proposal.
Holy shit, Rati. You mean...
I do. Better to beg forgiveness than ask permission.
If you need help drafting a list of demands to take to Yasmin, I'm your girl.
Appreciate that, but it's still early days. If this is going to work, we need numbers.
The dozen you mentioned before?
Not nearly enough. And even those aren't guaranteed to have our backs when push comes to shove.
So, what's next?
Krampus. Tomorrow night, we can talk to folks there without drawing attention.
Can't remember the last time I was genuinely excited to go to Krampus.
I don't know how I feel about them referring to Krampus as an event, and I do know that they call it that here. And I wonder if are they talking about a wildcat strike? Who knows?
A crush on Lucas? Really? Things can't be that bad, can they?
That's quite good. That's amusing.
Hey, Gretch. Did you see Vin and Diamond? Talk about a rocky relationship.
Okay, so now I want to eavesdrop on them, right? Do I eavesdrop on them Here?
If I eavesdrop on Diamond and Vin, Vin might leak what he knows about Maya.
Am I not doing that? Do I need to go to Vin? Just double check that box.
I didn't realize I needed cryptid erotica until just now. Looks like they're pulling Gwen's books from the library. This is such bullshit.
Well, I mean, if she's not faculty, it is what it is. Do I... Hold on. Speak. Paulson Living World to investigate Dead World Vin. Oh.
Can you let a man make a stale cup of coffee in peace?
No. Because here's the thing. I didn't want to bring this up before, but I know about the statement you made. About Maya. You told people she had mental health issues, but that wasn't the whole story, was it?
That's an extremely fucked up thing to bring up.
Nobody
Why?
expected the head of a
You
Braxton
made the
to
statement.
murder Teresa, but they shouldn't be covering up details about someone's death.
All right, fine. You want to know what happened? After Maria died, Yasmin told me that if I stated on the record that Maya was troubled, he'd give me the job as her assistant.
Holy.
Wow.
You had to say about Maya.
I don't know, Dinah, maybe because we were fucking friends? We met in one of Colmenaro's fiction classes and we clicked.
And you said that shit about her?
Shut up. You wanted a performance and now you're gonna kill her. I grew up without any money, okay? Most kids at Caledon don't get what that's like. And I'm not fucking stupid, okay? I'm not gonna make it as an actor. So yes, Yasmin promised me a stable, respectable job, health insurance. And I took it. And I cared about Maya. And it was a horrible thing to do, and I've regretted it ever since.
Well,
I don't have to bring that up in the debate.
yeah, no shit.
There's not gonna be a debate. I'm dropping out of the race.
Why?
You're just gonna let me be the head of Abraxas? Like that?
It doesn't feel very good in the end, does it?
Vin met Maya in Lucas's class. And he also knows something about the cow skull through Sophie's windshield, which conveniently made Lucas look guilty. If I can pressure the other Vin, maybe he'll tell me what the hell is going on here. I know you're busy. Give me just a minute of your time.
This better be worth it.
Yasmin gave you this job as a favor, didn't she? For talking to a reporter who was writing about Maya's death?
Didn't your parents ever teach you to not bring up people's dead friends for no reason?
There is a reason. I promise.
Please, enlighten me.
I mean, obviously I'm trying to help someone. I don't know what the game could mean by I'm trying to help myself. Like what Max is going to say if I say that. I mean, so we're trying to help somebody, but also ourselves because we shoot that somebody. You know what I mean?
It might not make a lot of sense, but I'm trying to help someone. And that means learning about Maya.
Maya's been dead for years now. She can't help you or anyone else.
Just go with me for a second, okay?
Where are we
All
going?
right.
You said in your statement that Maya was troubled. But that wasn't true, was it?
Well, the implication was that it was.
Vin, what really happened?
Ask Lucas Colmenero. It all started in his class. He has Maya's blood on his hands.
You're not saying Lucas...
Killed her? Not literally, but... The man deserves every misfortune that befalls him.
Like, for example, if Safi suspected him of tossing a cow skull through her windshield?
No more free secrets. I have a reputation to protect.
I guess I could reveal one of the other secrets I know.
Oh, boy. Oh. Do I cash in the favor? We better not
You owe me
reveal
a
secrets.
favor, remember? Because of your package.
Hello.
Package?
Shit. That's in the other timeline.
Oh, poop.
Get it together, Max.
God, I'm bad.
Never mind.
Jesus. I'm bad at that. I do that all the time, apparently. Okay.
What if I told you that Lucas filed a restraining order against Safi?
Well, I say that Lucas is less dumb than I thought.
So, was that a shiny enough info nugget or not?
Very shiny.
Alright. So was the cow skull you or not?
Yes.
So...
Why?
Why?
I mean, you've seen a pissed off Safi before. She's like a force of nature. When I heard her book got squashed, I
just had this conversation with my wife. The word is quashed. I understand, language changes, things have new meanings, but this is very clearly one of those things where they mean to say quash. Here, hold on. Quash. AH Dictionary. The American Heritage Dictionary. The best freely available dictionary on the intertubes. Quash. Hmm. That is interesting. Gosh, we have the same feeling about these two today. In my opinion, we might find this incorrect, but this is a very common thing. So oftentimes in English, we will get a loan word from French twice. We'll get one from Anglo-Norman, and then we will get one from just Old French. And usually they end up having very similar but slightly different meanings. For example, ward, yard, garden, these guard. These are things that came in twice, but they're fundamentally the same word. In here we see quash and squash. or fundamentally the same word. And it looks like they came in from Old French with the intensifier on it, where squash is just squash but harder. Very interesting. And in the same way, to me, squash is is violent and physical, whereas squash is metaphorical and therefore necessarily not as okay.
Seized an opportunity to aim her at a deserving target.
So you were what? Protecting Gwen?
That's as much as you get. And now I really do have to get back to work.
He's playing this like it's a game when we're talking about
But
murder and
Caulfield,
crimes.
whatever the real reason is for you digging up old history, be respectful to Maya. She suffered enough while she was alive.
Is that because she had mental problems that we're pretending weren't there? I'm not sure. Man, where do I have this game installed? A tape drive? Slow loading. Holy shit.
Max, don't need to knock. My door's always open. Come on in. I want to show you something.
Okay. Whoop. That's the noise of his zipper. I was implying he was going to show me his wiener. But first, I got to go walk around his entire office.
Ah, are you familiar with Araucaria forests? They're all over southern Chile.
I was
I'm
not.
not. They look beautiful, though.
Well, next time the wanderlust hits you.
Well. All right, hold on. What did he say? Araucaria forest. Okay. Araucaria moist forests. Oh, those are weird looking trees, man. It's always, interesting seeing photos of other countries, especially other continents, where the trees are very strange. Oh, it's over there. I don't think I know any cities over there. I think Sao Paulo's over here somewhere. And then, over here is, Uruguay. Maybe? And then Montevideo is there. I don't know. Oh. Okay. Hey, I was right. Okay, nice. Huh. Oceanic temperate. Interesting. Okay, let's see this in Portuguese. Really? That's surprising. Okay, a lot of cinnamon. Those weird trees. Okay, well, now we've learned about them. Okay, I promise the stream won't be me just looking stuff up.
I don't recognize the name.
Oh, that. A fan sent it to me. He's quite famous, actually. Do you follow much football?
Not really.
Wilkins World Maps. Classic map without New Zealand there. Alaska's on it twice. No. Oh, wait. That's New Zealand in the corner, isn't it? It's a pretty cool golden typewriter. He does seem like the type to pad out his bookcase with a 101 recipes book. No Lancet windows on this one. Oh, right, because it's separated into 2 floors. Though I am surprised that they chose to do that on the outside as well.
Looks like someone had a party foul.
What? Oh, it's just coffee. I'm a little preoccupied.
I don't even see the stain.
Aw, cute.
My son gave that to me a few years ago. I just dug it out of storage.
More French binders. This is, I believe, the exact same billboard the security guy was looking at.
What can I get you to tell me about Maya?
Okay, let's hit him.
What did you want to show me?
Take a look at that.
This is actually a really cool shot. I hope Robbie's doing okay.
Yeah, he looks kind of like the medieval pictures of Jesus where they didn't know how to, like, draw like a young kid. I'm not going to pull it up, don't worry. I was just making sure the focus got back right. Fancy pen. Let's look at it.
So fancy, I'd be nervous to write with it.
I need to get closer to that pen. Well, okay. From here, it looks kind of like a pelican. It's got that brown tortoiseshell look that pelican does a lot. Got that wide clip. Flat on the bottom. All right. I know I said this wasn't going to be me looking things up, but let me just hit you with something. Pelican. Pelican. All right. Pelican M800. What I would like is brown. That's what I'm talking about. I need one capped. There we go. All right. So this is what I think it is. Let's look again. So, well, it is rounded, but not quite. And we're looking for a definite black bit in the end there. Okay. Not quite, but damn close. Okay. That's fine.
A movie? Holy shit. Now I don't have to read the rest of the book. Holy shit. He actually did it. Did I make the right choice? Should I have told Sophie about this?
Is that what he wants us to see?
Looks like Lucas has been having some late nights.
Okay.
It's a temporary one. I bought myself 2 weeks to find some solid evidence. I know you may not be thrilled. Safi's your friend. But it's giving me a lot of peace of mind, so thank you.
I think Max would say, don't thank me, really.
You don't have to thank me. It was none of my business. Shouldn't have been looking through your stuff in the first place.
I don't disagree. But no harm done. But I'm sure that's not why you came to my office. How can I help you, Max?
I don't know if he should be opening up to this clear snoop. I think... Okay, we definitely want to talk about Maya. We are interested in Robbie, but he's not going to believe that we came here to ask about Robbie. Hey, look at that attention to detail on that lamp. It shows the power cord going up to the top. That's good. All right. He did invite us to the Burlington Book Expo, and we just snooped and saw a movie deal. I think those are good ones.
Why aren't you at that Burlington book event?
The book expo? I pulled out. Didn't seem important, what with everything happening to Robbie and all this.
Okay, well, it did just mention Robbie, so we gotta go.
How's Robbie doing?
Still angry with me, but we're making progress. I canceled a few things to go to his taekwondo match. I think it made him happy.
Okay.
I don't mean to pry, but I couldn't help seeing that email from your agent.
I see he's got a bookshelf.
No worries. It's an incredible feeling. Getting chosen for the big screen. About time, right? Just don't tell people yet. Okay, Max? These sorts of things, they have to be announced properly. I'm thinking at Krampus.
Krampus?
Probably. I have a call with my agent later. I'll get the details then.
I was wondering, what can you tell me about Maya Okada?
Why do you ask?
I think it's a little confrontational for Max to say you must know why. I think she would say, I'm just
I don't
curious.
really know much about her, but I heard she was your student. I'm just curious is all.
What happened to Maya was a tragedy. A tragedy I really don't like to talk about. So I'm afraid you'll have to whet your curiosity somewhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a phone call to take with my agent, so if you could see yourself out.
Sure.
Okay. Speaker there. Speaker there. Where's the radio? God damn, that is a commercial coffee machine. Holy cow. He's got 5 coffee cups there, and he's using disposable ones. What a legend. Where the hell is this guy's radio? This guy does not have a radio. Let's see if we can look at his pen closer. Not really. I'm still going with Pelican. If not the M800, some other similar Pelican.
Well, that was a bust. Won't be able to snoop around in here either. Wait, Donner and Blitzen
Okay,
means
so-
thunder and lightning?
So that's not new.
Who knew? And then she didn't.
This is...
Martin has an A here. I knew it.
So it looks like
Sophie
there's
would
not a
never fail
lot
this kid.
that's changed in this area.
Loretta's a hard worker. I'll give her that. I just wish she'd use her powers for good.
Am I dumb? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, I remember missing Snake.
This is it. Let's see what he's hiding.
It's strange, the locking systems. Okay.
All right. Let's see what I can find about Maya.
Well, this one's clearly nicer.
Should put some ice on that, Mr. Standy.
Nicer office. Okay. Not doing as well with his son, and the snowman's not there. But he does have the photo out.
That's probably his ex-wife. They look really happy here.
Okay. No, he's called Moses. Okay. Good decision, Moses. This is obviously bullshit. The residue remains at the margins. That's what the Mandela effect people call things. So the idea with the Mandela effect and, glitch in the matrix type things are...
If Alderman never existed, how the hell do Moses and I remember him?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me just make sure. Crosstalk. Oh, people are commenting. Oh, man. People are commenting that I literally just posted a calendar that says funeral home. Okay, here we go. I enjoy this. I think the subreddit would find this GIF amusing. Excellent. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, the Mandela effect. So, the Mandela effect and the glitch in the matrix type things are like when people essentially have a misremembering, and then they say, no, it's not me who's misremembering, it's the universe. And they mostly catch on when a lot of people misremember things in a similar way. A couple that are very common that I am, to an extent guilty of as well, is the Berenstein Bears one and the Fruit of the Loom one. So if you imagine the Fruit of the Loom logo, you can see it, right? The fruit, there's some leaves there, and then there's a cornucopia behind them. But in fact, no, there is no cornucopia. There's never been one. But people will create off-brand Fruit of the Loom things that show it, or they'll like redraw the logo to have one in there and things like that. And so people will go and find Fruit of the Loom socks, or so they think, and it'll have the cornucopia there, but what really those are knockoffs. They're fake Fruit of the Loom socks, and they just use that cornucopia logo. Because for some reason, everyone seems to remember it with the cornucopia. But it's never had one. There's even like an album, a flute album called Flute of the Loom, and it shows a cornucopia on the fake Fruit of the Loom logo in that. And my hypothesis is, in my head, the leaves were green and the cornucopia was brown, but in fact the leaves are brown. So maybe we just, we see a pile of fruit and we just assume that the brown behind it is a cornucopia, maybe. Now, the Berenstain Bears, it's actually Berenstain Bears. Not a common name, but you know what is a common name? Bernstein and Berenstain. Very common name. So I think everyone just thinks about that. Now, the Mandela effect is named after this idea that people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison and never being released and never even meeting the Spice Girls. But that is the Mandela effect, the namesake, is pretty much exclusively limited to North Americans. And there's a reason for that. Everybody else had a lot more, in other areas of the Commonwealth, it was a bigger deal. Stuff going on in South Africa. People in South Africa, of course, don't remember that because he was one of their presidents. It's very clear this type of thing is just misremembering. And then sometimes people will think Fruit Loops is spelled like fruit is spelled correctly, or it's spelled F-R-O-O-T, and then they'll say, oh, here's residue of the former spelling. And then they'll put it, and then on the receipt, it'll say Fruit Loops spelled correctly instead of F-R-O-O-T. And then they'll say, haha, this is residue from the alternate universe. But no, when they created that entry, the guy who was typing it in misspelled it. At one of my grocery stores, we had a horrible misspelling of bologna. And so the bar S bologna was spelled B-A-L-O-N-E-Y. It was just spelled bologna. So it would say bar S bologna. Look at the package, Bologna. Listen to the Oscar Mayer song, B-O-L-O-G-N-A, Bologna. But on that thing, it's bologna. Just people misspell stuff. And that's what they call residue. Anyway, that's nothing.
Would you file what I did to Maya under W or M?
Oh, for Okada.
Do you have something for me, Mr. Filing Cabinet? Don't think I've ever seen this sort of tree in the wild.
Okay, so clearly, these voice lines were done before the art. Because she was talking about the exact same
Lucas
trees
has something in here
that
linking
we
him to
were
Maya.
looking at in that Wikipedia entry, clearly. But what these look like are something completely different. And I think I saw in that Wikipedia article that the mountains in the area topped out much shorter than this. I think they said 5,000 feet. Let me double check. Which would fit because... So Brazil is in many ways... Well, not Brazil, but South America is in many ways like North America, which is a lower mountains in the east and higher mountains in the west with a flat plain in the middle. Jeez, what were the names of those rainforests? Whatever. I'm going to go rainforest in southern Brazil. Shouldn't have said rainforest. I'm going to go with forest in southern Brazil. Araucaria moist forest. All right, hold on. Araucaria moist forests. Yeah, 1,600 meters. So what's happened here, and I was going to say something about deer. I don't know if there are deer that look like that in Brazil. You know what? Fuck it. Let's look it up. Deer. It's a hoofed ruminant. Let's look at the distribution. Okay, pretty much everywhere. Right, how about South American deer? There's a marsh deer. This does not look like a marsh deer. But yeah, the horn's just a totally different shape. Okay, so here's my hypothesis here. Oops. Again, they made the lines before they put in that artwork. They must have. Because that deer does not look like a marsh deer. Those pine trees don't look like the pine trees, and those mountains don't look like the mountains. That looks like a painting of the Shoshone National Forest. You know what I mean? Okay.
The Shoals Award for Literary Excellence. They're handing out typewriters now for writing books. Pretentious, shiny, and probably hasn't typed a word in years. Kinda like Lucas.
Do you think it's real? It doesn't look real at all. Okay. I don't know what this is. Maybe I'm culturally insensitive. It looks like a drum, but Also, no Antarctica on this world map, I just noticed. Cases. Alright, what can I take a picture of that's going to be weird? Yeah, I'll just take a picture of the lack of New Zealand. Oh, that's not one I post. That's only one I save. Okay.
Guess normal drip just doesn't cut it for Professor Colmenero.
And yet we have all the evidence in the world that he prefers it. He's but you know what? That's a great criticism of his character, in a way. For some reason in college, it is popular to like coffee. And it's popular to like good coffee. You can't just like, Maxwell House. You have to like the good coffee. And he seems, in many ways, a poser, but an accomplished one. Someone who wants to look like he fits. So I think that he would have an espresso machine that he doesn't really use and just go to, McDonald's for his coffee.
Seems like at least one student remembers Lucas fondly.
Good. I have an advanced reader's copy of Twilight, and it has the cover already.
Surely there's something good in here.
Nope, gotta look at everything first.
World's okayest dad. Might be the first time Lucas didn't oversell himself.
Is that Andy Rooney from... Was it Breakfast at Tiffany's? Wait. Andy Rooney. Mickey Rooney. Which one's which? One of them's on 60 Minutes. Hold on. Andy Rooney's on 60 Minutes. Hold on. Mickey Rooney. Okay, no, he didn't have he didn't have sunglasses, and his hair was cut a little bit shorter in Breakfast at Tiffany's. Okay, let's open. Ooh.
Looks like a fun read. I didn't know Lucas did fun.
I think these developers are strange people. They seem to think that extremely niche erotica is popular, but I don't know if it is except on the internet.
That's a lot of junk. But maybe what I need is somewhere
Great, you
in
are
there.
extremely accurate. Hello.
Maybe he reads it for the articles.
LQ, America's Best Least Dressed Man. Okay.
Whoa, why were Lucas and Maya meeting so much? This can't be a repeat of what happened at my high school. One time was far too many.
Yeah, you know, professors sometimes have students that really take advantage of their office hours, and they see them every week or even a couple times a week. Usually it's not something scheduled like this, but if maybe she was doing an undergraduate project or something, then they might do it like this, especially leading up. Oh, it's the beginning of the school year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what could really cause that in September. Yeah, it's strange.
Of course, Lucas is the type of asshole that makes you buy his own book for class.
Okay, look, hold on. Let's be clear. When the professor, in my experience, and I could be wrong here, but when the professor makes you buy his own book, it's because if you bought the other book, it was $130. When the professor writes his own book, he can give it to you at cost. You can get it from him for like $34. And sometimes he'll have written a special version just for the class, which will be bound by the university or something, and it's like $20 because it's basically just the cost of paper. This is when a professor has written his own book, that's good, in my opinion.
M.O. That could definitely be Maya Okada.
It's a weird note to write, though.
Well, this at least confirms Maya took his class.
I love that there's only 3 enrolled students in his class. And I also like that they're providing their headshots.
I didn't realize just how much Lucas's book has resonated with people.
All right, now look. I don't know what it's like to be a Spanish-speaking woman, but I don't think that Latin American women are underrepresented in media. So I don't know I don't get to see myself represented much in media. I mean, I guess statistically, maybe, because I think Hispanic people are, something between, 10 and 15% of the United States. So women, maybe like 7. So maybe 1 in 12 people would be a Hispanic woman or something like that. So maybe it's a little bit underrepresented. But I don't know if it's that much. My wife watches cop shows, and it seems like there's a lot of Hispanic women in her cop shows that she watches. I'm trying to think, I don't really. Certainly the media I read and the stuff I see, it's not as common, but I'm really into a lot more of the nerd stuff and nonfiction. And for some reason, with nerd stuff, when they're trying to be representative, they go right to, like, they tend to ignore Hispanic as a different version of white, so they'll say, all right, so here's our white people, then here's our black people, here's a South Asian, and they'll do that. But it's rare that there's a Spanish speaking, thing, because in many ways, it's not as obvious because everyone's speaking English on TV. So I'm not sure. This might be, she might be right in that while Latin women may appear in media, which is what she said, represented as much in media. While they may appear in media, it's possible that the thing that they feel really differentiates themselves, like the certain differences in their culture and how they work day to day, are not, because generally we're talking about English language media. But I'm not sure.
These folders are all from this year. I doubt I'll find anything about Maya.
Okay, well, I think I looked. Oh. Wait, no, I looked in the drawer. What am I missing? What am I missing? Find information. Dead World Lucas's office. I mean, I think I looked everywhere, didn't I? I'm not missing anything?
The Scholes Award for Literary Excellence. They're handing out typewriters now for writing books.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I did that, but I'm in Dead World. Maybe I'll go to the administration building. Can I get there from here? I can. Gotta go the hallway with the elevator and then go straight, I believe.
This bin's not going to tell me anything. Maybe the other one has looser lips. I have to talk to Lucas.
Where's the thing about that?
Now.
Well, oh, I have to talk to Lucas now. I didn't know about that.
It's cool, Diamond. You don't have to pretend to be interested in some grad student's decade-old thesis.
I talked to him.
You know, I've heard a lot of students doing this, but I knew one in person where he put a footnote in his thesis where if anyone read this, basically, if anyone is reading this, contact me. Here's my email address, and I will give you a gift card. And one person did contact him maybe 5 years or so after he graduated. So people do read them. So there's that. I don't remember what his thesis was in. He was in the physics department. I'm trying to think. I don't know what it could have been in.
Did you know?
No, what?
You know, he seemed to like
Why Vin
music.
lied in that statement?
Might have been something about music.
No.
He was like hurt. But he did step down, so all hail President Diamond, I guess.
Well, okay, no, now you're... no, look, you played
I'm sorry.
dirty.
I shouldn't have told you something with...
Max is apologizing. Let's just be clear here. Max is apologizing. She's saying, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were an idiot. I shouldn't have told you that. Because you're a goddamn idiot.
I mean, I wasn't trying to stop you.
First act as president of Abraxas?
Breaking the news to the Vinians, I guess. Ugh. There's gonna be tears. See you around, Max.
Wonder what these guys think. Oh, they're not thinking yet.
What did you do to Maya, Lucas?
Might as well go to Living World. Oops. Go to Living World. No. Let's just talk to Vin, because he's here. Oh, I can't. Okay. Now
Lucas
we go
is
back
at the center
to
of this.
the... wherever
I
it is.
have to go find him.
And then go talk to Lucas again. Okay, come on. See, now that's weird. They've got the same stained glass. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, he's up and moving around now. Hello?
I'm not going to be able to snoop around with Lucas in there.
Yeah, but I don't need to snoop around. Do I have to find Lucas in the other world? Alright, where's the... Oops, I keep pressing the wrong button. He's at the book expo. I spoke to Dead World Diamond in the admin building. And
Guess normal drip just doesn't cut it for
I looked
Professor
for stuff about
Colmenero.
Maya. I might have to look at a guide.
That's probably his ex-wife. They
Oh,
look really happy here. What a strange
God
place
damn.
to find a key. Must
I'm an
be
idiot.
significant. That's not what I was expecting. Wait, 1,000,000 miles beneath my feet? I know this. Maya wrote this.
how do we know that? Am I misremembering something? I
Come on, there's
maybe I'm
gotta
not
be a copy
fancy.
in here. Maybe 10 of them.
But I don't think that's good writing.
Holy shit. It's the same.
Oh, he stole her book. Well, let's be clear. He's a better writer, and this is very good for the... It's very good for Don't Nod, or not Don't Nod, Deck 9 to do this. This is kind of a stilted... I don't think this one's written as well as what they ended up getting published.
Vin was right. Lucas does have blood on his hands.
Read all
This
staff
is what
books.
I've been missing this entire time.
Wonder if I can post it. That would be great.
I have to talk to Safi.
Okay, I may end this for the moment.
Safi, hey.
Oh,
Stay strong, Habibti. You know where to find me.
it was a bit of a look. Safi's tall.
Is something wrong?
Oh, you want to talk to me now? I've got nothing to say to you.
Safi,
Wait,
What?
what did we screw up?
Did you spread my business to someone else? Dig up a couple more clues?
Shit. She knows I've been asking questions.
Oh, right, about the book.
I'm
deal.
not sure who you've been talking to, but I have a good reason.
Oh, you have a good reason. Well, in that case, what's your good reason, Max?
I'm worried about you. I think there might be someone that means you harm.
Yeah. Me too. I don't have the energy for this. I think you should leave me alone for a while. Maybe a long while.
Interesting. Okay, we had a fight with Safi. That's alright, I don't particularly like her. Oh, right, I forgot the indoor outfit. Where do you think Max hung up her coat? See, I would have thought it would be weirder for her to wear this outfit here than at the school. Because here she just came in from outside.
I spent so many nights like this when I was on the road.
People love showing off their non-existent belt buckles in this
Diners,
game. Safi
bars,
had it too.
hotels. I liked being alone then.
I like the pilling on her
At
shirt.
least, I think I did. Chloe's probably partying. She'd pick up from me. But it's not up to her to take care of me anymore.
I think she would.
I can't just sit here feeling sorry for myself. I need some company.
Okay.
I could ask Amanda to help me drown my sorrows. Or Vin said he'd be here too. In the dead world, Turtle, that is.
I think we could hang out with both of them. Play them both. But I'm going to end this here, at least for the moment. And I will come back to this probably later today.